Hey, my beautiful people, it's your girl, Dr. Shonna. And I am here live on Facebook. I want to be able to give you guys some insight into my interview I had yesterday at News One and to provide you guys some information about how it all came about. I thank you guys for all the love and the support, and I saw all the comments. I just didn't have time to answer all of them. So I figured I'd just do a video to answer questions that people had and to give people some updates regarding what happened, any information I received on it, and why was I the one to get interviewed about Black men. So I want to be able to give everybody those updates. What I love about yesterday wasn't the actually videotaping, it wasn't the interview, it wasn't the opportunity. What I loved about yesterday was insight that I learned about myself and insight that I was able to share with others regarding Black men, especially Black fathers. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are probably tired of hearing me talk about Black men and Black fathers, but y'all already know what my focus is. My focus is saving Black relationships, saving Black families, most importantly, saving Black marriages. That's what I'm always about. I'm going to be about it to the day I die. That is my mission. My mission is to improve our relationships with our Black men, our brown men, our Black women, our brown women, improve our relationships to each other, to one another. And sometimes in order for us to do that, we have to be able to understand one another. And one thing that I know is as a woman, I have learned to understand women well and other women. And it took me years for me to develop, research, go to trainings, educational formats, working with men constantly for me to really understand in depth what men actually go through. And if I can be a voice, I am not the only voice. I am not the primary voice, clearly, right? And I'm not the end all be all when it comes to Black men. But the only thing I can go off of is how many people, how many Black men come to me, how many Black men seek services with me, and how many Black men write into me, call me. I mean, my brother's on here. My brother's been helping me at my business. He knows how many people call from YouTube, Facebook. I never talk about any of these things, right? I just do what I do. And so yesterday, when the opportunity came about, I wasn't expecting it. It wasn't something that I signed up for. It wasn't, I don't have a publicist. I don't have any of this stuff. What I do, I naturally do because this is naturally who I am. A person that works with News One had contacted me because she and I was at an event together where I was speaking. I was on a panel. And she said to me that watching me from a distance, she saw how I turned a whole audience into a counseling session. And that is not something that I try to do, but people who have seen me speak, people who have been in my presence, they just know that it turns into like one of my counseling sessions, right? People are always crying. And I don't do that on purpose, but we gotta be able to get to the pain of what people are feeling. We gotta be able to get to the pain points in order for us to get transformation. So with her coming here yesterday, this is what I wanna say. I have a new outlook on what I see on media. And I've always said it to everyone about media, how, you know, media is a form of propaganda, right? And propaganda doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be positive. Too many times when it comes to us, when it comes to the Black folk, propaganda is very negative, right? We don't have a lot of people out there publicizing what we do every damn day, and that's kicking ass and taking numbers. Like, we do great things every day. There are average people that we don't even know about who's transforming lives every day. They are awesome mothers, awesome fathers, awesome men, awesome women, awesome children in our community. And the mass media doesn't always pick up our segments on what we do. But I'll tell you one thing. One thing I noticed about media that I always knew, but I experienced it, that a lot of stuff that we see, even this so-called fake reality TV, a lot of that stuff is staged. And not that my interview was staged, it wasn't. But when you get into that room, which was this room, and when you have these hot ass lights and you have an interviewer in front of you, the only thing these interviewers are doing are bombarding you with questions. And the questions, they may sound like they line up, but they really don't line up. because they're looking for something. They're looking for something. And I just felt that every question she asked me, I was like, yo, this is a dope question. Let's go deep. And she wasn't looking for deep, right? She wasn't looking for deep. She wasn't looking for clinical. She wasn't looking for any of that stuff. But I had no idea. And she's just going from one question to another. And I'm feeling like flustered and hot because I'm like saying, well, how do we get on to the next question where you asked me about trauma and Black men? I want to talk about the trauma that they experience, not only when they're young Black males growing up, not only when they're in urban areas. We can't take something as big as trauma and make it concise and small and make it fit because it's different for everybody. There's even Black men that grow up with their fathers in the home and still have traumas. Just because your father is present, it doesn't mean that traumas are non-existent. And this lady knows this, and she didn't breeze over it, but she did because she was looking for something. And so when I started to talk about Black fathers and how a lot of people say social media is negative, everyone is always caught up on social media being so negative. I tend to see social media a little bit differently. It's all in how you shape your mind, right? And I tell people this all the time. You have to watch what you focus on. What you focus on every day will shape not only your thoughts, but it will shape your behavior and how you relate to other people. So if we only focus on the negative, then everything that comes out of our mouth is going to be negative because before you form words, it has to start with a thought in your mind. And if all the thoughts in your mind are negative, what you're going to speak out against whatever you're talking about is going to be negative. And your behaviors toward it is going to be negative too. I don't see social media in a negative light. And what I shared with News One and her whole team, the cameraman, the mic man, everybody, what I share with them is I love what's happening on social media as it relates to Black men. Because of social media, we have this national thing and this international thing, not just here in the US. You know, you guys know, I mean, y'all can tell me where you're from. I have people from the UK, I have people from Africa, I have people all over the place on here. So it's not just the US. But what social media was able to do is to really start this movement of Black love and Black fathers manner, and showing Black fathers all over the world who are engaging with their children in positive ways, who are taking their children out. They're teaching them how to fight, teaching them how to shoot guns, doing their hair, getting them ready, giving them words of wisdom on the way to school, teaching them affirmations and pledges about being Black and being proud on the way to school, taking them out of public schools and homeschooling them. Like, there are some phenomenal things that are going on that Black men are involved with. And what I know about a lot of Black men, they learn more from what they see than what someone is constantly beating in their heads. So if they're on social media and they're seeing a plethora of Black men and Black fathers stepping up to the plate, and they're doing phenomenal things, and they're making a difference not only in their children's lives, but the lives of other children and the lives of other Black men, that needs to be recognized. And that needs to be spoken about. And it needs not to be taken for granted. Anyway, I love you guys. I make sure you guys share the video, like and follow me on Facebook. I thank you guys so much for the love and the support. Be blessed, everyone. I'm out. I'm going home for the day. Have a good one.